The iPhone 12 Pro. Here's everything we know, and it's looking like a winner. New reports are always coming out with the iPhone 12, and a lot of awesome reports are just forgotten. So in this video, we're gonna go over everything we know on the iPhone 12 Pro, as well as new reports on the iPhone 12 right now. Starting with the design of the new iPhone 12 Pro, we're getting a major redesign, which has been reported for a while. The iPhone 12 Pro will have an iPhone 5 inspired design. The larger iPhone 12 Pro will come in 6.1 and 6.7 inch displays. A CAD model was leaked from someone inside of Apple in the accessories division. This was reported by John Prosser. Also, there's what appeared to be a smart connector in place of where the SIM card usually is. The SIM card has been moved to the other side. There was a lot of speculation and fun going and guessing, on what the smart connector would be. People were thinking, oh, a smart charger or Apple Pencil support, but turns out it's just another necessity for like an antenna of some sort for 5G. The bezels will be shrinking by 0.5 millimeters all around. Also, the phone itself will be getting thinner by 0.5 millimeters from 1.26 to 1.21 millimeters. One reason of this is the display and touch layer being merged, but the camera bump will be growing slightly. But on the bright side, the notch will be shrinking by Apple simply pushing all the Face ID components closer to each other. Going off of some of the clones we've seen floating, we're seeing an unchanged notch and camera setup. Just keep in mind, these clones, these dummies, are for case manufacturers. The camera and notch don't interfere with case designs. They've only showed what's necessary for case manufacturers. This isn't something to worry about at all. Today's video sponsor is actually pretty awesome. Before you skip, just let me say one little thing, okay? One phrase, don't skip yet. Unlock your iPhone if you don't know your password, if you've forgotten your passcode. iMobi's AnyLock software is a lifesaver. If you forget your iPhone, your iPad, or your iPod's passcode, this thing has got you covered. It can get in through Face ID, Touch ID, your 4-digit or 6-digit, your custom numeric or alphanumeric codes, all of it. AnyLock is totally safe and totally legal. It won't leak any or save any of your information or password or anything like that. If you're locked out of your own device or the display is cracked for any reason, you're having trouble, AnyLock is for you. Link is in the description below. Check it out when you guys get the chance. This thing is awesome. Colors. The iPhone 12 Pro will come in silver, space gray, and a navy blue. The blue is likely to replace the current midnight green. That makes sense. A green looks great on a curved phone like we have right now, the curved edges, but it might be a tad odd looking on a more boxy phone. Just my own thoughts, I think blue would look much better in the box iPhone 5-like design. Moving on to the camera, lots of stuff going on here. We're going to get a LiDAR sensor, which was just introduced in the iPad Pro this year. The camera is going to be an 8-component lens. Originally, Ming-Chi Kuo was claiming it would be a 7, but it's looking like 8 now. The sensors of the camera are going to be larger. The main wide lens will get a megapixel increase from 12 to 64, according to Weinbach. He's also saying the ultra-wide lens will let in 35% more light, so its aperture is going from 2.4 to 1.6. Also, night mode will work on the telephoto lens, the ultra-wide lens, and the front lens. Apple is also working on a wide-angle front camera lens, but they're having software issues, so we don't know where Apple is at with the front-facing ultra-wide lens. Also, your iPhone will now be able to shoot in 4K at 240 frames per second in slow motion, which sounds absolutely bonkers, but 4K at 120 frames per second isn't off the table. On main internals, the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro are going to get an A14 processor. It's going to have 5nm architecture, possibly a boost from 8.5 billion transistors to 15 billion. Like, it's going to be a massive jump. The single core score is going to be 25% faster with possibly a 33% faster multi-core score. Also, Prosser mentions a portion of the new A14 processor is going to be dedicated to augmented reality and artificial intelligence, given the AR glasses are coming out within the next few years. Also, the iPhone 12 Pro will be getting more RAM. It's going from 4GB to 6GB. That's the 12 Pro. The 12 will stick at 4. A Korean website called The Elic says the iPhone 12 Pro Max will be getting a larger battery by approximately 10%, which will put the 6.7-inch model to almost 4,400 milliamps. There were also some recent reports of the battery sizes of all the new iPhone models actually shrinking, take it with a grain of salt. It seems a bit far off considering 5G is coming. And next year being 2021, we're expecting one model to have no charging port. So expect Lightning port to stay this year. Obviously it doesn't make sense for USB-C to come for just 1 year. So other features. The iPhone this year will bring 5G as said, but it's looking like it will be optional, so we will still see 4G models, but this is likely to be only for the iPhone 12, not the 12 Pro. Also, the iPhone 12 Pro will be getting a 10-bit color depth, which leads to a big jump in color accuracy and depth. It's sad to say the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro will not be getting a ProMotion display. A lot of people don't care about this. I really care about this. It's an amazing feel on the iPad Pro. Apparently the device has failed 3 to 4 tests of 20 for the 120Hz display. There was much hope for a while actually, but it's looking hopeless now, and it's very likely we won't see it. But on the bright side, Face ID and all the components within it are getting a bit closer, as said before, to enable that. So expect Face ID to recognize you at more complex angles. It's unknown if it's gonna get faster or not, or it'll be better at reading your face in the dark, but it will be getting better. On storage and pricing, latest reports on pricing is by Ming-Chi Kuo. He's saying the price will be staying the same. Earlier he claimed the iPhone 12 would be around $50 more expensive. Apple is facing some mass production delays, and it's likely we won't see an iPhone 12 until mid to late October. A September announcement is still possible. It's pretty likely considering pattern, and they just, they don't want to disappoint. They want to have the announcement in September, but it's likely a release is not till October. Well guys, thanks for watching. Check out my iPad Pro review video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm currently in the process of redesigning the office. Never mind. I'll see you guys soon.